Hey guys, what's up? This is my review for episode 2 of House of the Dragon. So episode 2 of House of the Dragon just dropped the other day. I got a chance to watch it, and I watched the first episode and I reviewed it, and I really enjoyed the first episode. I thought it was fantastic. You know, it was great as in setting up everything for the show, and you know, showing character dynamics and sort of setting the tone. And you know, it did everything that a first episode is supposed to do, and it did it really well. So I really enjoyed the first episode a lot. And the second episode came along, I got a chance to watch it, and I like this episode even more than I liked the first episode. This episode is fantastic. It's a great episode of television. That's what it is. It's just, I like, so far I'm liking these two episodes better than the first two episodes of Game of Thrones. And it's just, the writing is so sharp, the characters are so interesting. There's not one scene that I'm not like completely enthralled with. These characters and this acting is so amazing. So there's a lot to discuss. I'm going to keep this review short. This will have a little bit of spoilers in it, so a quick warning about that. But yeah. So yeah, I got a chance to watch episode 2. I think it's fantastic. I think Rhaenyra is just, she's so great. She's a fantastic protagonist. She's so fun to watch on screen. I'm so interested in her story, you know. I'm interested in Paddy Constantine's character, Viserys the king. I'm interested in Alicent. There's a really disturbing but also interesting thing with Viserys. He needs a new wife since his wife died. And okay, well, I actually do want to talk about this first. One thing that I'm not it's not I'm not liking, but it took some getting used to. I didn't realize that this episode took place 6 months after the first episode. Like half a year had passed, and I'm hearing that the third episode will be a year's time jump. So that's insane. But yeah, it took some adjusting to. I didn't realize until I think after. But yeah, so apparently 6 months has been passed since the first episode, and Viserys needs a new wife. And Corlys, I think, their houses, he's in charge of like all the ships and stuff. He is married to the queen who never was. I forget her name. And they offer up their 12-year-old daughter to be his new wife. And it's so disturbing watching them walk together and discuss things like, I will bear you many children. Like, what the fuck am I watching? But it's bad, obviously it's bad, but the actual writing and stuff is good, because it makes me like the king a lot more, because he's not okay with it. He's like, this is a bit weird, you know, I'm not really sure I'm comfortable with this. So I really like Viserys as a character. I think he's really cool, and he's a really good king. You know, it's nice to have a good, fair king, you know, not like an evil king like we always get. So yeah, I think that's really cool. I thought that conversation was disturbing, yet, you know, interesting. And yeah, so at the end of it, he decides to marry Alicent, who is Rhaenyra's best friend, and she is the daughter of Otto. And that's apparently a year's going to pass from now to episode 3. But that bit at the end was just fantastic. It was a great cliffhanger. I like Rhaenyra just walks out of the room, and you know, they have a strong friendship. And I don't think she wanted it to happen. She didn't know it was going to happen, but she sort of betrayed Rhaenyra as in marrying her father. But that was a very interesting cliffhanger. You can tell there's sort of a connection there. I mean, she's like 17 in the show, which, you know, it's not the best, but it's better than 12, I suppose. But yeah, you can see those two characters really have like a connection, and yeah, so that's all great. That bit at the end, though, toward the end of it, we returned to Dragonstone, which we have not been to since like a season. Well, we were there in season 8. I don't know, season 7 of Game of Thrones, which is where I think Daenerys was born there. She like, you know, held up her armies there until she went to King's Landing. So yeah, we returned to Dragonstone, and then we have this awesome standoff between Otto, who is played by Rhys Ifans, he's the Hand of the King, and Daemon Targaryen, he's held up there because, yeah, that's where he's taken the gold cloaks and his new wife, who is Lady Mysaria, I think, or is that the wife that he's supposed to be married to that we haven't seen yet? I'm not sure. But that whole scene at Dragonstone was incredible. You know, the standoff between those two, it's just fantastic writing. And then that dragon that emerges from the clouds with Rhaenyra riding it. She's a boss, man. She's so cool, and she is so fun to watch. Just her monologue that she says to Daemon about, if you're gonna kill me, get over with it. Get over with this bother. I was enthralled. It's so good. It's so good. It's great television. It's so fun to watch. This stuff is fantastic. You know, I like how all these characters, they have their own. You can tell they've got their own goals. You know, and Otto's really interesting. I'm actually very interested in Otto and what he's. You know, you could tell he was a little bit like jealous, sort of, because he was like, okay, I was supposed to do this, and you've come in here, and you've just solved the problem right away. Because Daemon cares about Rhaenyra, even though it's his niece. But yeah, you can tell he cares about her, so he doesn't kill her. He gives the egg back, and you know, he returns. So yeah, that was fantastic. The Dragon CGI looks fantastic as always. But yeah, so this episode is fantastic. It's really, really great television. I'm so excited for episode 3. I'm so excited. There was not a lot of action this episode, but it made up for it completely with dialogue and character. So yeah, that's my review for episode 2 of House of the Dragon. Let me know if you've seen it and if you liked it down in the comments. If you liked this review, please give me a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.